you about the next section of the path. You picked the proper path through the quicksand. Well done. Dangerous plants and carnivorous beasts fill the next section of the path. They will do their best. Remember that I am a weapon in your arsenal. Use the arrow I gave you to direct me against the dangerous plants. No, Mewaches considers Boki's techniques to be obsolete. This spot is good. Let's talk. You have done exceptionally well, friend outsider. I think we may actually succeed and reach the sacred lily. Overconfidence can fell even the mightiest warrior, though. The final challenge awaits us. Do not let your guard down. DeRosa guards the sacred lily. He is powerful and hard to kill, but he isn't invincible. Here, take this sack of firestones. Use them and your wits, and I'm sure you'll survive. DeRosa is an Argonian behemoth, created by our Hist to protect the sacred lily, and... present the sacred lily to the war chief. Oh, you did well, friend outsider.
Where is the outsider, Kishi? Did the quicksand swallow them?
The outsider approaches now, bearing the sacred lily. You haven't seen one in a while, have you, Mewages?
Step forward, outsider.
That is not
The
possible.
sacred lily.
My friend outsider will explain. I'm going to take Boki home now.
The sacred lily. It represents the hopes and dreams of the Nagakor, the Deadwater. It has been too many seasons since the last one was presented to me. And by an outsider, no less. I do not trust outsiders, but I respect strength. Kishi taught you well, and you have succeeded where so many of our novices have recently failed. I raise my spines in grudging admiration. I should never have accepted Boki's resignation. That was a mistake that has cost the Nagakor dearly. Kishi shall be our war teacher. If he could train an outsider to walk the path, think how our novices will fare. Mewages trained the novices just as I asked her to. Any failure on her part is also a failure on mine. I shall ask her to assist Kishi and learn from him. Hopefully, their partnership will make us stronger. Now go, and tell Kishi what I have said. Kishi must start training the next season of novices immediately. It has been too long since strong, young warriors emerged from the path of the lily to take their place in the Deadwater tribe. Under Kishi and Mewages' tutelage, we will prosper. I hesitate to contemplate that question. Boki warned me that the loss of so many novices would spell the end of the Nagakor. You showed us a better way. If Kishi succeeds, and the next season of Clutchmates survive, that will be enough for now.
I need to consider what happened here, Rajkal.
Your methods were as successful as ever, Exire. The outsider claimed the sacred lily.
I hear your words, Kishi, and my spine swell with pride. How did it feel to claim the sacred lily, Ojel? Did your scales quiver and your spines tingle in awe and...
Few Naga live to be as old as Boki. Most of our warriors die early, but not my Exire. He has used his wits and strength to overcome every challenge. His lessons helped me guide you through the path of the lily. I am honored and thankful that my plan worked. Now, I need to rebuild confidence in the young ones. Get the next season of hatchlings ready to walk the path. The Deadwater will always face adversity. I want to give them the tools to survive. The war chief is wise. 2 Kadiliths can impart more wisdom than 1, provided Mewajes cooperates and agrees to work with me. Otherwise, we will clash like Boki and Chukala did. We can only wait and see. Thank you, friend outsider. For an Ojel, you made an excellent Nagakur warrior. Please take this as a symbol of my appreciation. You have done a wonderful thing for me and my tribe.
Kishi, we must have words.
I will not apologize for my actions, Mewajes.
I seek none. You have done what I could not. Your novice survived and walked the path.
What are you saying, Mewajes?
I am saying that you have my support. Teach, and I will learn.
Then together, we will make the Deadwater even stronger than before.
Outsiders, they still make my scales crawl. But you walked...
I owe you a debt, friend outsider.
I did not think I would live to see my name no longer disgraced.
Is it true that this lotus plague turned
I need more vials. Get me more vials.
I heard that the Deadwater lost another batch of hatchlings. It would be sad if I didn't find it so funny.
Shulzotse devours the sun, High Priestess of the Teeth. She has many names, all of them spoken. Yes, what blood she does not drink is spilled on the altars of the temple. For what purpose, I do not know. The priestess holds them in the teeth of Sithis. Use the tunnel beneath the waterfall to reach the Zonmirs on the ridge above. We will regroup at the top of the west. I only know that we were kept in the chambers beneath. We were custodians of her ways, the old way, from before the fall. We were less mindful of the cycle of change and gave only to the void. When the Hist revealed the true path to us, it is. The tale of Shuzalse's betrayal and fall is a reminder not to stray from the guiding boughs of the Hist. The story said she was cast down and entombed far from the roots of the Hist, never to return. But every spot, a wonder from before dusk. The old ways sought to appease Sithis, so it might seem that Sithis is not only destruction, Sithis is change. Sithis tears down the old so that the new can grow.
You come to drain the sap from me again, but I have little left to offer your master. It does not matter. We are too entangled in the rotting roots of our past to flee from it. They have...
Can't get enough of this fine vintage, huh? You got out? Slip.
I am grateful the Hist has guided you all to me, but is this everyone you were able to find? So far, yes. I found nothing in the eastern Zanmir but the priestess's thralls. She will find others. Before the fall, Shuzaltse drenched the teeth of Sithis with sacrificial blood from them. Like the blood spilled here begins to pulse through dead stone. The beating of this temple's heart. I fear what Shuzaltse has begun may not be undone by her death alone. We must stop. Some may be faithful to her as a priestess of Sithis. The rose was built upon ruins. Built upon ruins. Built upon ruins. The Hist only knows what was buried beneath. But if anything was to stir Shuzaltse from her grave, they have stood too long already. They stand for a Sithis that is no longer or never was. It's Shuzaltse to cast this. Shuzaltse return.
give him a good bash ourselves?
I would rather gather support in Lilmoth. Get some rest. Maybe a warm meal.
I bet Sithis would want a bash.
Right now, I am strongly considering it. The temple seems quieter, and the spines of fear and dread lie flat again. It is done, isn't it? Then the last remnants of the old ways have finally been shed, and the story of Shuzaltse ends as it was always meant to, with a new beginning. We are grateful for your help. The Hist were wise to guide you to us. Shuzaltse fought against tides of change longer than we can know. But in the end, the old always gives way to the new. May she finally find peace in the void. Though dead, the husk of the old ways still hangs over our temple. We three will go to Lilmoth and beseech the tribes to help Sithis cast off these remnants. If their warriors scour our temple clean, we will return. Then we were not meant to be there, and we will take our teachings elsewhere. May your struggles crumble.
Be mindful of your head. This is a fruitful place. Once, I think, Sith is tired of it and returned. I do not.
Tending above the water is not so hard. Clip the vines, clear the path of moss, but below the surface.
Many pass through the refuge. This is not a well-trod path. This quiet muck should stay undisturbed, save for a secret place. A safe place. What you can see is only for now. Every season, the tribes send tenders.
You do not even possess a renewal charm.
Stop! My
Even
manservant
so,
will be along
no
with one momentarily.
outsider has ever participated in our sacred rite.
You talk to her. Maybe she'll understand your less refined use of the language.
There is nothing you can say to change my mind, outsider. But at least you appear to be less vociferous than the demanding dry skin. I suppose one outsider could be permitted to take part in the ritual of renewal. Of course, the preparations required are extensive. To prepare for the renewal rite, the Us, one must align their three primal essences: blood, bile, and mind. With the renewal charm in hand, one must endure the bite of a hummerwing, drink the venom of a snake, and meditate beneath a waterfall. If an outsider were to do these things, and demonstrate a true desire to learn more about our culture, I would not turn them away. The rites of the Saxhleel, they are not meant to be shared with outsiders. I advise against riding this current, but I will honor our agreement. Once one of you fulfills the requirements of preparation, we will begin the... No, the ritual is sacred, and not something we discuss or talk about. The ritual embodies the concept of the Us, the sacred mating practices of our tribe. Just as the... Of course, to align one's blood, to align... I will.
Stibbons! Go with our friend and align your bodily fluids. I want you to attend the renewal rite in my place.
I, milady? Why me?
So that you can tell me all about it and I can write it in my book. Now get going.
Did I hear correctly? That Dryskin is going to attend the ritual?
I, for one, will not be part of any ritual.
An Ogel at a renewal rite? I never...
That looks like a hummerwing hive. Could you give it a little kick? Gently. Well, that's bigger than I expected. Ow! One bite, I said. One bite. venom. If I must drink the vile stuff, we'll need to find a den. Let's split up and look around. Ah, you located a snake den. Now, carefully, like milking a very small, elongated goat. Here goes nothing. Bottoms up.
I'm considering planting mushrooms. Once, I think, Sith is tired. I do not. But I saw Amlai guiding a Malil to the ridge above. Imperials seem to have interest in such things.
It's freezing under here. But I think I can feel my mind aligning quite nicely. I don't exactly know. I can't feel my extremities, but I think I'll stay under for a few more moments.
Tell me, is it a dry-skinned custom to come gawk at this wreck? It is a lump of rotting wood. Not even good for burning anymore, yet Ojel always asked to come. A better question would be why anyone would care. It is the rotten husk of a dead tree. Perhaps it was shaped by the dreams of the Hist and fell from the sky. Or perhaps this tree simply desired a head.
Tread carefully. The ship is reasonably stable, but of a fragile constitution, as I've discovered. Strillian Calidus, Scholar Emeritus at the Imperial Naval Consortium. Or what remains of it. I happened to be on sabbatical when the Alliance War began, and now it's been extended indefinitely. Show some respect. This wreck is the Dominus Fatum, one of the most storied vessels of the First Empire. Its crew apprehended the notorious Black Marsh pirate, Red Brahmin, when Empress Hestra demanded the head of Red Brahmin. Most of his pursuers chased him from the Topal Bay all the way into Black Marsh. The Dominus Fatum, however, sacrifices were made, but they were not in vain. Though the Dominus Fatum became mired in the swamp, it made it closer to Black Rose than any other ship. And its crew? I don't know. But I'm thankful for its safekeeping. The Dominus Fatum would have drowned in muck otherwise. Because I am, or was, the chair of Vexologium at the Consortium. and I can count the number of Dark Elf vessels that flew an Imperial Vexillum on one finger. Flag. Imperial vessels, particularly those of the early First Empire, carry their unique... It didn't, but the frame that bore it was little worse for wear. After I scraped the grime off, I can tell you few units had the honor of carrying their Vexil. It was captured by the Empire during the Battle of Tyr Harbor, during the War for Silyanor, what would become Stormhold. In honor of their defeat of the Indoril fleet, the flagship...
Do nothing.
Ugh, Stibbins, you smell like a swamp. Stand over there this instant.
As you wish, milady.
My manservant did as you asked. Will you allow him to observe your ritual?
If you insist. Come, Dryskin. Join us in the lodge. The ooze starts now. Breathe deep the arousing fumes. Take it all in. Let your aligned essences guide you. When you feel totally filled, relax your cloaca and let it all out.
I don't think I have a cloaca.
Don't have a... Oh no. You must exit the lodge right now, Dryskin.
That was most peculiar.
Stibbins! Oh, not again. My sorry excuse for a manservant can't even take part in a simple Argonian ritual without one disaster or another befalling him. Worse, he didn't even get a chance to tell me what happened inside the lodge before he... changed. What happened to Stibbins? Why, the same thing that always happens. He ruined my latest undertaking by transforming into an egg. Oh, I'm sure this has something to do with the tribe's mating practices, but I can't for the life of me imagine how. Turn him back? Yes, I suppose I'll need to work on that. Or not. Imagine what might hatch from such an egg. Ooh, or maybe I'll make an omelet. I'm particularly famished after all this work. Anyway, here you are. For your assistance. It's been a pleasure. Despite his best efforts, Stibbins actually did something right. I have plenty of material for my book, including the first eyewitness account of an actual ovum transformation. Oh, but there's work to be done. I wonder what happens if I crack the shell. You saw what I saw. Of course, when it comes to the interplay of alchemical reagents and tribal magic, anything is possible. But for the purposes of my book, let's go... I certainly hope so. Who's going to prepare my supper and afternoon bath? Unless you'd be interested in... No, I suppose not. I'll contact my colleagues in the Mages Guild. I'm sure one of them can help me work this out.
a bonding ritual. The Swedish people looked
Even
like
with
good
all of the
matches
Ebonheart
this
pact
season.
gathered, a spy
I
managed to
hoped
slip
it
through and
would
poison the king. Is this alliance that weak?
Oh, yes. Very much. There was
You look, I admit, surprised to see that you... Who wants to assist the Nagakul?
So about that arm, let me have a look. I've got a job for you, if you're interested. One of our benefactors, Imperial Doc...
Oh,